Shalom. First and foremost, want to give our praises to Yahweh, for Hashem Eloshai, for Hashem Kodash, the owners and two elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom, all grace and money, pushing sword in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. Alright, this lesson, as you can see, also entitled War in Heaven. It's we have the Christian dogma out here. Well, we can start off with Second Corinthians, so pulling down strongholds. 10 before. Yeah. So we have a Christian dogma here of teaching that war in heaven actually take place in history. I don't know where I want that is before they get created or sometime in history. And Satan they want to take over heaven and God kick him out. That ain't bad. You see me? As I tell you straight. And there's no way in the scriptures they can go prove that. Right? So let's get over there.
Alright, so this is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
Yeah, so our weapons they're not carnal, so we don't go there and protest like them regular sneakers, but justice spirit, charge flying. You see me? No, we're not so-called white man justice. So our demonstration or protest is preaching the word of the Most High. Pulling down the strongholds. For example, one of the greatest strongholds hold on to people, Christianity, which I have an idea if you still hold on to Christianity, it's just a lost soul. Because Christianity is madness saying idea. It's utter rubbish. Right, so come out here to pull down the strongholds, because just as though they impose the scriptures, it's going to give me Matthew 15, you see me, and I think you can start at verse 7. Right, then goes to the scriptures here and say, oh, we're coming from the word of the Most High. Well, then the day when you as if you bid them more from the Berea, or the church of Berea, who search the scriptures daily, go to the 6 verse so, you will say majority are the doctrine or philosophies of Christianity, modern day Christianity, that is, basically have nothing to do with the scriptures. Right, the scriptures teach something different than what Christianity teach.
That's why when I read go down Corinthians, it's saying don't cast it on imaginations. Because most of the people that profess is all imagination, feelings. You understand? Read, right? How much you know?
Yeah,
Matthew 15, verse 7 said, ye hypocrites, well did Isaiah prophesy of you, saying, these people draw nigh unto me with their mouth, and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandments of men. Right?
The teaching for doctrines and commandments of men, because that's what modern day Christianity is. Because you see, Christianity nowadays is far different from what the apostles were teaching, the doctrine. That's also modern day Christianity. Modern day Christianity get corrupted mainly in 325 AD. And the Council of Nicaea, you can go look it up. They bring in a lot of philosophies and basically intertwined with Christianity back then. I said this is of the Bible, which is not. Which clearly shows in the Bible, the war in heaven. I talk about a future prophecy or take place with the so-called white race and the heathens then only how shall we work in called Jesus Christ. And there's no war in heaven. Is in the third dimension. Right now, the fourth dimension where the Most High and the angels then dwell. For which we can get that as well because Job said that. You see me? Right? So that definition we can finish with Corinthians, no? Right? You can give that in the Job Okosha, in Job 5, we say what she did there.
So back in 2 Corinthians 10, verse 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Almighty.
Yeah, well, exalt itself against the knowledge of the Almighty, the Most High. How about Hashem Eloshai? Because the Most High have a specific the doctrine of the Bible, by what's written. So anything go against it will come out and will bring forth. The word of the Most High is basically defeated. I sure say this is rubbish. For example, Rastafarianism, Muslim, or any other man these people out there who use the scriptures is I'm sure you say no, that wrong. This is the way of walking in it. Right? You have the Job? Yeah.
So Job chapter, finish that? Alright, so Job chapter 3, verse 11. Why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the ghost when I came out of the belly? Why did the knees prevent me, or why the breast that I should suck? For now should I have been lain still and been quiet, and should have slept, then had I been at rest. The kings and counselors of the earth which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, or as an hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There the wicked cease from troubling, and there the weary be at rest. There the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. Wherefore is life given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul.
And there said Job I described which the spiritual realm time and walk with the dead. It's a mix of every time the dead is in this place. And if the dead we are in the spiritual realm, Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7 tell you when the dead go up. It's in the spirit but today and I say there's something be a rest because this in no racism, I have no Esau versus Jacob, I have any slavery, I have any affliction. And down here so we live basically we kind of all the movies so to speak.
Yeah, everything in the spiritual realm fall under one order. You see, and that is the order of the Father. As it mentioned in the book of Kings, you have angels on the right and angels on the left, and both of them execute the orders of the Father superbly.
Yeah, we can get the first one. Anyway,
they have the Ecclesiastes and the quote.
You can get it, then you can get the Kings. You can read that with
Alright, so this is First Peter chapter 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 16. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and the coming of our Lord Yahushua.
Exactly, and this thing about Satan fighting against the Father and being kicked out of heaven is a cunningly devised fable. Because the scripture tells us how the Heavenly Father create both sides of the spectrum. He create light and he create dark. He create good and he create evil. Nothing exists outside of the existence of the Most High. You see, even when Yahushua was basically giving prayer in the book of Matthew, he tells us, let thy will be done, because at the end of the day, the will of the Most High is all that moves through the earth. Nothing is separate and apart from the will of the Heavenly Father.
Amen. Right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 16 and verse 27. He garnished his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. They neither labor nor weary, nor cease from their works. None of them hindered another, and they shall never disobey his word.
None of them hindered another, and he shall never disobey his word. You see, in the scripture, even go forth and say, oh, the word cometh out of my mouth and shall go forth and shall not return unto me void. You see, so every word the Heavenly Father professes accomplished that which he sent me. You see, so Satan in and of himself is a pawn of the Heavenly Father. You see, even when you read the book of Job, it tells us, yo, basically Satan and the Heavenly Father hand.
Yeah, we're going to get it, guys.
Right? No, fast.
Alright, this is Ecclesiastes 18 and verse 3. He said, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will, for he is king of all, by his power dividing all the things among them from both them.
Now, a while ago it says, all things obey his will. I don't know if you have any reading comprehension. It never says some, it never says a fraction or a half or a three-quarter. It says all. You see, so that is the whole entire creation. It obeys his will and it moves according to his power and his will. You see?
So Satan was in this perfect creation, and then afterwards he chose to rebel against the Most High. That name in the Bible. You see me? Right there we find it. We have the Kings.
2 Kings.
Yeah, 22 verse 19. First Kings.
2 Kings.
And then we can hold on for the Job as well, and then we'll go straight into the warrior.
Listen to 2 Kings chapter 22, verse 19 says, and he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him, on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab, that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this man, and another said on that man. And there came forth a spirit, and stood before the Lord, and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
Right.
See?
That is how that's the Most High is in the heavens have a council.
Mhm.
So it's alright, you know, we need one deceiving spirit, which is the devil. Is if you go down and deceive the money, right? And when you want things done on the right hand side, which is righteousness, in basically the angels and when sin will die, right? So everything will live on be the Most High as well, right? Satan is the most you get it. Satan is a hitman for the Most High.
Yeah. And you mentioned something, you said the deceiving spirit is the devil. I think that's what the word devil means. Deceiver. So you coming from the Latin word diablo. You understand? Of people need to know that.
Job. Right?
So this is Job chapter 1, verse 6. It says, Now there was a day when the sons of the Almighty came to present themselves before Yahweh.
There's one of the accounts that take place in the book of Job. Is it me? Which the book of Job, long after the creation. Is it me? Long after Genesis, with Eve, with Abraham, with Adam, is it me? And the serpent. Because we need to find out now when Satan get kicked out of heaven. Because some people say he get kicked out before Genesis because I think they don't deceive Eve, is it in the snake. But if Job come right after and Satan still in heaven, that's why I say Christianity is madness. Is it the whole belief of modern day Christianity makes sense. Just trying to explain what I say, show me how. Kind of makes sense. Right, so we listen when the scripture says we'll see it and do.
Exactly. And people won't even wake up in a sheep. Because this is just logical reason.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you ever use the story of creation when the so-called, they call it, devil deceived Adam and Eve as they said to eat the apple. It's the apple in the scripture. You see me, I can't have read this earlier. You see me, it's not making sense because this come be after that. You understand?
And it says, Now there was a day when the sons of the Almighty came to present themselves before Yahweh.
Yeah, and don't forget here, you have some Christians that say the book of Job come before Genesis. That again doesn't make sense. Because how can the book of Job come before creation? You see me? The very Genesis 1 verse 1, in the beginning God created heaven and the earth. So the whole Job will come before Genesis. Just on the other side now.
It says, Now there was a day when the sons of the Almighty came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth.
So the more say Satan where you come from? Say no, so maybe I walk up on them in the earth.
I do a job.
Yeah, doing job. That's why in First Peter 5:8, they said the devil goes about as a roaring lion, seeking about walking out or seeking about whom he may devour. And job that Satan want hit money about you ever deal with the Most High. You see, me say me always say who me can deceive. You talk about yourself and say me never go ever pay. You see me will try to get them basically forsake you, right? I'm gonna see if them will hold fast until you. Satan is doing job. That's why Scripture said none resist his will. Because Satan is doing the job what the Most High created him to do. Test people, right? Prove them. May have the physical manifestation of the devil or Satan himself, which is the so-called virus. But the spiritual demon, that basically forsake the will of the Most High in at all. Which even when it makes it on carnal level again, is if you want to play put it on the world level, that people so-called white man the devil himself, not disobey the Most High will either. Because within the creation, he was like a movie. You have the villain and you have the hero. Outside the movie, right, them good. But within the movie, they make it go against each other. So they like them go against the will. No, they play out the script.
And we say so-called white man because he's not literally white.
Yeah.
See, he's red. See, and another thing is not according to the skin complexion. It's according to the seed. See, even though naturally most Edomites white, see, it's according to the seed. So you can have a black ass Edomite too. You understand? Just put that up.
Just like we have a bunch we call them Oreo.
Yes.
See me? Look like them so-called black people with some crackers.
Shape.
Yeah. As the scripture refer to tears. But in slavery, when chocolate slavery, the white man used to rape off a lot of people who want them. And we think they see that they still them on sweet. But the angel them come with the house is basically the separation. And will not basically go using it. We can go up with Job. Verse 7, and Yahweh said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Exactly. So you can describe relationship where every father have as the boss and his employee. See, you must say, yo, what we have to do? If you, say for instance, if you are running a grocery store, it's that smart. See, you can ask your employee what the stocks them, what the stocks them look, what the inventory is still. We need X amount of produce to come in, we need one for the home. See, and all the sales reports still. So every father asks Satan, what I want. You see, Satan and give him reply, no, so not do job pass.
You know, report.
I'm give him report.
That's the reason why they call the driver, but they have to report to the most high. You have to take the hardest. You see, so I do this, we do that. You see me on that one. Okay, well, it's definitely okay. Which the scripture say, one?
Verse 8, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job?
Exactly. You consider this particular stock. You understand? You consider the servant Job about the world.
That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil.
Exactly. So every father basically asks Satan, what you think about this particular man? You see, because this man I'm basically is a man where follow after my ordinance tell true and true. You see? And Satan have to give a report on that man. You see? And the report with Satan will give, I'm going to show you how the heavenly Father rule all things. You see, this is how you have to examine it. You understand? You have to be both raw. Father God, allow, Father God, this and hey, Father God basically give commandments. He might lead by dictatorship. You see? That is how we work. Nothing can go outside of His will. Because when Satan responds, show you say the Father hand is in all things. Right?
Well, verse 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, that Job feared God for naught. Has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side?
So who have the power? Is it Satan of the power or the Father of the power? Because basically Satan say, oh, you know, so you protect this man still, so we can't really do nothing. They're giving me the harder. If you touch him, so what we ever do?
Let's say that I have a quick one. Yahushua made this statement as well. You see me? This is St. John chapter 19 and verse 11. Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power on all against me, except it were given thee from above.
Exactly.
Therefore, he that deliver me unto thee are the greater sin.
And he said that to Panthea's father. Because Panthea's I say, yo, look here, talk to me because me have your life in my hand. You see, Yahushua have to check him. Yahushua have to say, yo, look here, you know, no power in the brother. Because right now, I'm the innocent because of the will of the Heavenly Father, because you would never have this power unless the Most High put these pieces together for me to reach right there. You see, that's why when you leave our the gardener did send me, we can go pray. You see, he basically say, yo, look here, if it die will let this thing pass from me. You see? But at the end of the day, the Heavenly Father will also basically have Yahushua have a sacrifice. You see, that's why Yahushua basically didn't go after the will of the Father, just defeating the argument of the Trinity. Right?
Right. Romans 9 and 19. Thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? Or who hath resisted his will?
It's a rhetorical question. Nobody can resist him will. You see me? You just have some pawns to play out how you want things go. As Joe said, the Lord create all things in pleasure, even the wicked for the day and evil. And the wicked is so-called warriors, the devil, and God speaks of. It's in the physical manifestation, because where the sons of God is on the right hand side of the Israelites, because that's how the movie go. You have the wicked, and you have the good. Right? With the Israelites represent the good, the wicked represent the Edomites, so-called warriors. How can the submission to Job and then go straight now or anything?
Right. 9. Job 1 and 9. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job fear God for naught? Has not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he had on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the field. But put forth thy hand now.
What?
But put forth thy hand
No, right? What?
and touch all that he had, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Alright, what?
The Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power.
Woo! So who is the hand of the Lord? You see, Satan said, put forth thy hand now. Basically, Satan asked for
Yeah, but let me
permission.
brush it.
Just give me a chance, the boss. That is what Satan said to the Heavenly Father. Put forth thy hand now. So when the Heavenly Father come and say, all right. You see what I say? See, whenever really the hard decree, so you can tamper with this man. You see? So Satan asked for permission. You see, and even when the Heavenly Father gives Satan permission, he gave him boundaries when he couldn't pass. Understand?
So the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he had is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking.
Because the rest of it is basically showing the levels. See, once Satan win one level, understand, go back to the other father and say, oh, look, so me touch him and I say, but I think this is enough, because it actually limit me extend to me can lose it. You see? And then the father say, all right then, push it a little further. And then push it to the point where you say, oh, look here, let's do all of this, but don't take him life. You understand? So the Heavenly Father have Satan as a big pawn, and him basically said Satan to do when to do. Understand?
Alright, so this is one of the precepts that Christians get bugged out with it. It is in Luke chapter 10 and verse 18 to the point. And he said, he referred to Yahushua unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. You see me? And the Satan here represented the so-called white race, because them was ruling back then when Yahushua on the scene, and them are ruling right now. As they were ruled as the Romans. You see me? So them will fall to the heaven. So do the previous lesson showing you that heaven go back to the kingdom, the highest state. Is which said in like for example Isaiah 14 chapter. So what do alright.
You have it? Yeah, you have it? Alright, let me just check it. So Isaiah chapter 14 verse 12. Right? So it says 14 and 12. Say, oh, art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
And if you read the comprehension from who the Bible deal here, so is the king of Babylon, one literal man.
You can actually look up Lucifer in the Etymology online.com, and it tells us it's literally referring to the king of Babylon. See, because I think the word Lucifer comes from Luciferus, the Latin Luciferus, which means light bringer. Understand, symbolizing the wisdom which the king of Babylon at the time had at the time. Understand? So you have to put it in context.
Yeah, and from the Hebrew there would be Hayalal, which is the brother bring forth like beer. You see me? Right, that's why he got the so-called elites and right now call themselves the Illuminati, meaning enlightened ones, because them claim to get the wisdom from the word. That's why the scripture would say, thou art wiser than Daniel. You see me? That gives no secret you can hide from people, them high power, them have wisdom. If the so-called white man have wisdom indeed, because look at how look on him technology. Even though no one say about Christian is compared to what the kingdom will be like. But take wisdom to actually build these things. Right? So we say wisdom shall increase. So we say, referring to the king of Babylon here, Lucifer, because him was exalted. The king of Babylon was exalted. Hence the reference the term of heaven. Right? Him be around things. He is the ship. Right? But yet so him come down to power, him come down from him power and fall, and then he basically need help. Right, because for instance, say Jamaica, Port Royal. Port Royal at one point was in heaven and then come down to hell. Shit. Just like Capernaum, you see that speak about Capernaum, thou art exalted unto heaven, but thou shalt be brought down to hell. You know, means say you are up in the sky or the fourth dimension and come down and sink under the ground. Which I'm asking back to the next lesson. Is in the hell, what is hell according to the scriptures. Right, so we can just go to the Isaiah.
So Isaiah 14 and 12 again. It says, O art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. O art thou cut down to the ground, which this weakened the nations.
Yeah, we can go down to 21 to show you clearly say that one man. Right. So we don't know spiritual demon Satan. Right? Yeah, go to 21 day. Let us read 21.
You want to read verse 16? Can I read verse 16?
Yeah, no problem. Let's read up there.
Alright then, so verse 16, start of 15, say, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So you notice we're still reading in the same chapter. We'll just skip out some of the verses because in verse 13 it basically say it's basically speak about the satellite system. Saying how him basically has to exalt himself in the heaven, saying and him throne is all over earth and XYZ. And when you read down to verse 16, it says, Thou that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? And that was the king of Babylon at the time. Him was the one that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms.
We can't about them. Right?
Understand?
And so just see them apply to the so-called white race now. Because them run shit. Them drop bomb people. Using use America as a hammer on the earth and running upon the Middle East, running upon Africa, take over the whole Western Hemisphere, and dictate even some of the European countries then. When them have the Cold War, you see me, with Russia, them basically win. So them basically bite up everybody. Right, and even then, the chief leads them who basically serious all war. You see me? They're saying all wars are bumpers wars. You see me? So they use anybody not do what they want, is just running with the military. Put them up on some boogie man, tell some guy about them, is just running upon them. So they shake the nations and literally shake them with that. Look, for example, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, them bomb them. Right? Which the whole war them planned, World War I, World War II, and coming World War III. Receiving scriptures.
Then you want to do one now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Say, prepare his daughter for his children.
No, you can't stop that. It's quite very one.
Okay.
Right, so now we're going to the full war in heaven, where Bible refer to. You see me? So we can get Revelation. We're going to start the 19th verse.
So Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
Right, so the horse with the view there is basically Yahushai, right? He that set up on the horse, referring to Yahushai coming back to the chariots. Right, horse represent power, like you have a character, this amount of horse for blah blah blah. You know, the literal horse. And the color white represents purity. Right? So go on. And when he said him do a judge and make war, contrary to Christian philosophy. Because them tell you, Jesus will come back, look like him come with flowers and shake everybody and say, come in the kingdom. No, you actually come up and kill all the people.
And you're the son at the background.
Oh, yeah, and the Cupid baby them for white cloud and the rainbow. Bullshit.
And the bird them are chilling in the background.
Oh, when you actually come back here, people going terrified. They burst and horror movie times 1 million. So it's scripture tell about the day of the Lord, how terribly going big. And even he can explain. Right, go on.
Verse 12. His eyes were as the flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Which reveal the secrets to servants and prophets. Is the name which that name is Yahushai. And when you say he had many crowns, you know mean say one catches and one catches and one catches and one catches. So it doesn't mean say conquer with people and take over. Go on.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of the Almighty.
Which is the same as the Yahushai. I come in the body of the book. It is written of me. Understand?
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses,
Right, which chariots, one.
clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
So this is a prophecy. John the Revelator about 2000 years ago, long before Job, long before creation, long before Isaiah came on the scene, long after, sorry, that was the term, long after Job, long after creation, long after Isaiah came on the scene. This is now John the Revelator again, as Revelation chapter 1 verse 1, it says, things which must shortly come to pass. So it's not happening yet. So John see the war in heaven about take place, and said the harm is in heaven, right? The army, right? So when I come back on war, right? For example, Daniel, can you read quick Daniel 12:1? You see me? Right? So the war in heaven that take place on now. Are the heaven on the top about open at the sky? You're going to look up and see. As the scripture telling Then let me give you a quick Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. This is Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, which the clouds that's referring to is actually the chariots, which we must prove that were from the scriptures. Is the scripture say what? Precept 1 precept and upon 9. We are looking at the latest. Let's get that explanation from the Bible. I want the Bible. This is Psalms 104 into the point verse 3. Who will lay the beams of his chambers in the waters, who will make it the clouds his chariot, who walk it upon the wings of the wind. Right, so the clouds here will come back with in Revelation 1 verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, the chariots, and heavy eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindred of the earth shall wail because of him, even so a man. So they want to look up so. I say the big old gigantic chariot that's a cover the whole earth.
It's like a movie Independence Day.
Alright.
So Daniel chapter 12 verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book.
Right, that's about Jacob's trouble that we're entering right now. So things won't get so chaotic. Right, Revelation 12 and 12, the devil come down and you have been prayed around because he went here for the short time. That devil is with so-called white race kind. No, say Yahushai, the prophecy says, say Yahushai come take him on the power. It's in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, tell about the stone with smoke, the image, the statue at its foot, with the foot representing the empire of the so-called white race. And then him will set up a kingdom, and in kingdom will last ever as Yahushai. So yeah, that's why Yahushua got many crowns upon his head and come back and take over everybody kingdom and fling them in slavery. And the so-called white man now go down dress up. It's the reason why I have a space force. You see me? Right? You think they just invest billions of dollars in one space for no reason, except them know say there's literally outside threat coming. Was it Ronald Reagan? But tell you about basically the nations they want to get together if they are a threat from out of the earth. Because you can't even know the scriptures.
And that the Space Force situation is one of the big topics between the United Nations. You understand? Them actually come together and speak about funding for the Space Force program. You understand? So you can say, oh, they really believe that there's an external threat.
Can you see chariots, yeah? You see me? See the way the Pentagon come out and release videos confirming too. So you see them and then get some extraordinary shit. Is the most you can understand, so right now we could start to hear. We get into the minds of people, because even niggas are going to fight against Yahushai. Not knowing, believe, it's alien invasion. No, it's Yahushai return. Right, so we can go back to Revelation more for sure.
Revelation 19 and 15. Starting at verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Right.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun. And he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of the heaven, Come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power.
All the fowls that fly in the midst of the heaven, speaking about the birds. So which heaven did I talk about? They talk about the skies. See, they talk about the skies up above. So you can see, say, it was a literal, you can call it alien invasion. You see, it's a literal invasion of Yahushua coming forth on the earth to fight against the forces that are upon the earth. See, which is not even really a fight. It's coming like a tick step on a dog and you're not telling him.
Is it? Flawless victory.
Flawless.
But you can also say it when you go down to 19, go on.
That he may eat the flesh of kings, the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and and of them that sit on them, and flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast, and the kings of the earth, and their armies.
Right, the kings of the earth and their armies. Again in Revelation 12 verse 7, what was that?
Revelation 12 verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Right, so Michael and his angel go up to Daniel 12 and 1. You see me? So they say, Michael, the prince, I stand up because I'm a war over one. So, because why man that's not going to slavery? The most I said it and will say, guess what? My son, you see me? You have come, I have a fight, I have a set up the kingdom. That's all in the will of the whole about Shem Yoshai. Right, so you can read back verse 19 more question and we'll finish on Revelation 12.
And I saw Revelation 19 and 19, and I saw the beast and the kings of earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
I can read back Revelation 12, 7 to 9.
Right? So Revelation chapter 12, again, verse 7. And there was war in heaven.
Yeah, and there was war in heaven because of the prophecy. So when the armies, when Yahushua make a return, and the heathen them gather up them armies and how man for war? You an invasion, you see me? And then ready up now and the spear sports ready and then weapon ready. Yahushua is all right, you see me?
Quick one here.
One.
2 Israel chapter 12, verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. So that is talking about mankind waxing strong to fight against the chariots before they have shot. Understand?
So we're going now.
Yeah,
We're going to 13. We're going to let's finish the Revelation. We're going to 13. Okay? 13,
So,
yeah, okay, that's okay. Let's finish the Revelation. Yeah.
Alright. So again, say, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. And the dragon basically represent EU or the UN.
Basically, the white man power structure, you know.
Exactly.
Right? The devil himself. That's why in get Revelation 20, verse 4. I will have one that cover verse 9.
Right? So Revelation 20, verse 4. It says, verse 2. And he laid hold on the dragon, that's old serpent.
The dragon, the whole serpent one.
Which is the devil.
Which is the devil
and Satan.
And Satan.
And bound him 1,000 years.
Yeah, that was history. Because so-called white race get bounded from about the 13, 1400 AD to about the 14, 1500 when they come up on the scene. Right?
And that was the period when they thought that the dark ages, when they get released within close to the 1400s. With the the Borgias family, them basically start to come back on the scene, and that's why they call it the Renaissance, which is the rebirth of the so-called one. And this is literary history. You understand?
So we get to find out what is the dragon. So then let's read back on chapter 12.
And he prevailed not.
Read back the verse 12.
Revelation 12 and 7 again. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought, and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole earth. Which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Yeah, we usually lose the warrior, because I said it's going to be flawless victory. You see me? Because the chariots are blast and the chariots.
And it mentioned that he deceived the earth, or he deceived the earth, as he mentioned in Revelation 13, verse 13. And he doeth that wonders, he doeth great wonders, so that he may make a fire come down from heaven, and the earth in the sight of men. And when was that? That was in the time of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. See, when they basically bomb the hell out of them and basically hurt the whole nation with, we call it nuclear exposure. You see, them time that the nations realize, America is a great power which is to be feared. Understand?
One of the great deception as well is saying that the son of the Most High is a so-called white man. is saying that the Israelites are the people in the land right now, the so-called Jews, so-called white race, and saying that we're niggas, we're African American, which we are the true biblical Israelites. And the angels, them are so-called white people, and the Moses, so-called white people, are saying that there is no God. Big Bang theory, that some of the deception of the so-called white man spread upon the face of the earth. Prior before that, you know, some common knowledge is dead. Right, but the so-called white man is spread his lies, which deceive the whole earth. So when Yahushua come, Yahushua threw him out of power. Then there was no more peace found in heaven for him, no more rulership. Because from then on, he was basically in a slavery until the time of extermination come about.
Right. See? And verse 14, it says, deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. See, we're talking about the Roman Empire coming back in the time right now. See, the American Empire. Understand? So you can see, so you literally talk about slow white man power structure. Right? So that done?
Yeah, second is just, you can start down.
Alright, this is 2 Ezra chapter 13 and 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Now, which still tell about the Mosai, chariots of the Mosai 20,000, and thousands of angels. So the angels then were returning the hour shy. You see me? And then over war, go on.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Yeah, because just think about it. Just think about this one big old so-called UFO start cover the sky, and everywhere underneath it just become black into that shadow. And then you see fire emanate off it, and that know say literally come fuck shit up. They're going frightened. People are going to feel them when they see it. They're going to.
And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it heateth fire. After this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
Yeah, so this is the same prophecy or vision. Is that John the Revelator saw. It's the same vision Ezra see right now. You see me? I said, well, how should I come out? You see me? Sea represent the sky. You know, like something come out from the sky, and you look when you come from the sea. Right? There's a come in, and just cover everything. Right? When they see now the man them on earth now, the chief military and the elites, and say, wow, get out the army. Like, watch Independence Day 1 and 2. Is but that's one thing, they're not going. Yeah, so when you start up show say you win, you say, oh, go and fight for independence, you lose. It's a flawless victory. As the scripture there saying that people have to lift up the hand and no. So it was a simple defeat. No matter what kind of weapon you have, it's not going to even scrape the chariots. I go close. The way you think you have a video release with the chariots, and no matter what you say, fire shot you. It's a play with it. Like a cat and a mouse.
And when it's come like a mosquito in comparison to the cause of the
So a fat one, but can't fly. You see me? You know, there's something suck too much blood in the look on him. Watch try move. You see me? Can't even fly.
It was never try to get it.
Just splash him. Go on.
But I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain, flew upon it.
And that mountain represents the chariots. It's big, so you might describe it like a mountain. Go on.
But I would have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not.
There's as I said, Revelation 7. That say you put him on one side of the sea as well.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure for Revolution. No more recently.
So basically, there wasn't an end to the chariot.
You see where it started and you see where it done. By the literally come and black out the whole earth. That's why Scripture said, all eyes shall see him. So if I'm up with that Jamaica now, and I'm on the way of Philippines, you might go see it too. Isn't it? That's why you always try to say, when you say that man come, nobody believe the man say, oh, he over there, so I'm there. So when he come, there's a lightning, is in one in the earth to the other. Because the scripture says, hard eyes shall see him. And therefore, just good and look up. Right?
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid. And yet verse 5.
Yes, and in Friday, Lord, let's fight for humanity. Right?
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath.
Like these are means, see, like remove the war of the world, we call Tom Cruise, or Tom Cruise and the aliens and come and just be a fire and then just turn in ashes. See?
And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
When you talk about the chariots, you need to release those things, right? Like the chariot walk up, you see me? Everybody describe it, what are the words? Where do you think Esau get him inspiration there from? You think he just come up with it all time one? One?
And they were all mixed together, a blast of fire, flaming breath, in a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up everyone, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Afterward saw I the same man came down from the mountain and called unto him another peaceable multitude.
Yeah, can I skip to verse, can I skip to 29? This is an interpretation. One,
Verse 29.
part of interpretation, right, which part of water, verse 1.
Verse 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deal with them that are upon the earth.
No one am I using sun for that, right?
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Astonishment. Seem like them are going to like, what the fuck? One.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
Yeah, so you're going to come in a time of sedition, World War III, right, race war, all out chaos, time of Jacob Trouble man pop up. Now the nukes and fire to the exact one.
Exactly.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I should read before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
You can imagine the white man and the Russians and the Chinese man, they fight against each other. And when them things still come out, everybody starts speaking one language. Fight that.
Yeah, man, you see, they were, this is XYZ, commanding from Russia. Let me speak to the head of the EU. Yes, we are here. Do you see that? Okay, what weapon do we have? I'm moving. I'm moving because I know it's inevitable.
Exactly.
It's coming. Because them see the chariots them. And some of them they hide.
Exactly.
But it's coming. Them know. Wanna?
And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Zion, and Zion shall come and shall be shewed to all men, be prepared and build it.
Right, because he's going to come basically deliver the elect as well. So I'm going to fight against Eden. We can get a work of Isaiah 40. We can start at verse 28. Because the Lord is coming back. Well, we read earlier in Daniel 12 chapter. So they said Michael will come back with basically 15 people. That's the reason. Things won't get so chaotic. Right, the word of it's going to be the Eden them. Right, Psalms 83. Right, they might make a full go at the people of the Lord, yo. 2nd Ezra 16 chapter, as a quote Revelation 12 chapter verse 12, they might come down on people and on the men of the Lord, mainly, is in the land, and the most saying not going to allow it. Right, so they might come upon the sea and might fight against these heathens and might deliver the elect, the same animal basically destroy these Edens and flee going to sleep. Go on.
So Isaiah 40 verse 28. As thou not known,
Can you Isaiah 66?
as thou not known, as thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainted not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint.
Sorry, whatever they say. As birds flying, you can see Isaiah 31 and 3. Sorry.
Right. So Isaiah 31 verse 3. Right? Isaiah 31, are you sure?
Yeah, Isaiah 31 and 3.
And Egyptians are men. Okay. Isaiah 31 verse 3. And Egyptians are men.
No, the Egyptians are men.
It's like, no, the Egyptians are men, and not God, and their hearts is flesh, and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that helpeth shall fall down, and they all shall fail together.
Yeah, so Yahweh shall come back yesterday for one of them. So when they try to unite to fight against Yahweh shall not go feel. Go on.
Alright. For thus hath the Lord spoken unto me, like as the lion and the young lion roaring on his prey, when a multitude of shepherds is called forth against him, he will not be afraid of their voice, nor abase himself for the noise of them. So shall the Lord of hosts come down to fight for Mount Zion, and for the north, for the hill thereof. As birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and passing over, he will preserve it.
Yes, as birds flying, so the chariots are returning and fight Mount Zion. So independence is a solid move. Watch out.
Right.
So you see the chariots, the big one, and then you have the little ship, then come out it and fire beams and east side when they want to go. And so make war in heaven. Just look up. And you see big war take place right in the sky. Right now we can get Isaiah 68. So
This is Isaiah 66 verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind.
See, we have been describing. Seeing every father coming clothes, seeing horses, seeing all of this is representation of the son of every father coming forward with a mighty wrath. Seeing on the face of the earth. You understand? So we see it that way. You understand?
so it's a naive says, yeah man.
Exactly.
Because when the spiritual demon is for the so-called where they have to deceive them to make them think so they can actually win. Is when I said these people ever say all they do is fight. So they yeah man, just get onto the alignment to take place. So if I do that until that you reveal. Just like how the spirit go down, is man trick here. So yeah man up yeah man really yeah man you have a win man. You see me? We're dead.
It's like even a movie Wonder Woman. See me? So the man what you say, but you have a spirit in there. You see me? I think this is a lot of chaos out there.
And just and we give people the thoughts.
Basically, man say, you give some general the thoughts for the wickedness of them on earth. You see, it's associated with we spend this man hates, and we spend that man hates. You see, I basically a mobilized force of the war. You understand? And they will tell them, say, we can war. We can fight this man. Forward, we can fight, all right? We're going to fight. I'm going to fight.
With their skits.
Just for the whole, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. So how shall I come back and kill other people? Because every time I come take vengeance, right, to be a when do, and when them do, similar to his people. Right, here says, shall not the Lord avenge his own elect, by crying to him day and night, so he shall avenge him speedily. But nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, shall he find faith on the earth, which he elect, he will be found faithful, waiting for a master, That's why Scripture says, wait ye upon the Lord until he rise up to the grave. But Yahweh shall come back and rise up unto the grave of him and defeat them. We have ourselves, we know we can't do nothing, but we're waiting on our power. But we know say once him come, is like a war. he run out of armor, is me armor, and the enemy and close him, he has suffered great defeat. And then you see some chips start come over and say, we reinforcement. Right? Then you see some troops and tank everything up on your side of come. It's when I light up the enemy. Right? You feel strong enough and you say, hit that. It's when I shot you, them come and reload gun and start moving for them, you see enemy start retreat. Right? That's what the day of the Lord is going to be for the elect here. You see me? With us being beamed up and changing these vile bodies, right? And the angels then fight. It happened in history where angels come down and fight our battle.
Oh, yeah.
You see me, weak man, and Elephant or something like that. So I say, no, stop. I said, no, man, and I say, enemy when they like, because don't listen, them have got to fight for them. You see me? Which, they don't know return you, I don't know. You see me? Or show more victory. Because then every day you're at the most I will, for them go for 5 against his son and get beat up. And that's just it. Reason? Fine.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. It's like that. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace but a sword.
But a sword, because I come kill all the people. Is man only let him deliver.
Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled?
So when they already kindled, and I'm going to set the fire upon the earth and with the chariots. You see me? I don't know what the nukes them on fire off and all of that, they won't niceness.
Another one here, as I mentioned, to the hands that have been fight for already. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 5, verse 1. About the same time, Antiochus prepared his second voyage into Egypt. And then it happened that through all the city, for the space almost of 40 days, there were seen horsemen running in the air, in clothes of gold and armed with lances, and troops of horsemen in array, encountering and running one against another, and shaking of shields, and multitude of pikes, and throwing of swords, and casting of darts, and glitterings of golden ornaments, and harness of all sorts, wherefore even every man prayed that apparition might turn to good.
So yeah, Friday, so hope you see something good for me, you know.
Exactly.
Like you see in the sky, you see angels up there with sword and he's gonna pull an arm on. But at the chariots, even go back to the now, I think we see that Immortals is a war and everything, but the real war will take place out with the chariots. You see me? So-called UFOs, the demon come up and fire, you know. And that's what the scripture means by war and everything. And something will happen already, right? And Satan get kicked out of the earth and out of heaven, you know, in down here basically create havoc until he get punished down hell forever and then will believe in bullshit.
The word Satan or Shatan only mean adversary. Understand? So who is our adversary? That's why we say Michael, the one that stands for the people, for his people. Which people? The Israelites, who are our oppressors, the so-called white man. And right now is a good time to actually acknowledge who the damn oppressors, which is the so-called white man, because you can see with Derek Chauvin, you can see this thing uploaded with George Floyd situation. So you can clearly see who the oppressor is. And that is the man who gave the Father, the Son of them, the Father, come fight against for his people. That's why when you read 2 Ezra 30, it tells you at that time shall he begin to deliver what? His people. So it's all about the deliverance of the children of Israel, being the elect of the children of Israel, and the submission and putting in the slavery of the so-called white man. Because at that time, when everything done scattered and whoever dead today and whoever in the bunkers, we have to start to search the earth and dig up the one in the bunkers, wheel them out and slap on chains for them.
Which is prophecy, scripture. Yeah, because what the scripture even there say, how that held them captive before to let them go. And same thing with the Pharaoh. He never wanted to go to Israel. So you must have sent down Moses down there. He's a man great someone of America and so forth, yo. And same for now, we have the prophets. They here in Egypt, you see me. I see Lego people, then I'm one here. So yes, so things are get physical. Because even Charles came down when Pharaoh is in the army chased down Israel, yo. Is when they tell about the cloud that come between the army of Israel and the Egyptians. You see me? Right, and the same thing will take place times 100. chariots are come back, right, and fight the battle for Israel. That's our protest. That's how we all defeat the so-called warriors.
Wait upon the Lord until he rise up to the
That's
first.
right. Look on. If we hear say oh, chariots are coming up and fight for the so-called UFO, what the hell you never take up and gun and go, no, never lose. Wait. It's a maybe a flawless victory. It's a perfect timing. And so that's let's do real anything else.
Want to do the finish it?
Yeah, one. Oh, can you do that?
This is Zephaniah 3 verse 8. Therefore, wait ye upon me, say Yahweh, until the day that I rise up and pray for my termination with the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even on my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with fire of my jealousy.
That's right. So Yahweh shall come actually have that done. So the scripture says, wait ye upon him. And that's what we are doing. Because when him come back, is the man, flawless victory. There is no worrying about if we ever win or anything like that. So that's it. So it's very fun until they go there. Giving our praise, of course, for your help, or Shai, or Dash. The one is unto the elders in the process of creating stone. So shalom to the brothers, I got on the common board, and shalom to both of them. Shalom.